Alright, howdy folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we are back in Beach Invasion 1944. It is the month of Overlord, though I personally felt a little awkward perhaps playing this on June 6th, which is why we're not specifically playing this on June 6th. I feel like you can play this game every other day of the year besides June 6th. That's why we're playing this on June 7th. And the reason I'm making this video isn't just to shoot some guys running up the beach, but it's also because the developers of Beach Invasion 44 have had a pretty big announcement, and I actually only just realized after checking out their new store page that it's a lot bigger than I initially had thought. We're going to call in some artillery here, by the way, because I'm talking too much and I'm already not paying attention and getting absolutely destroyed. But this is, well, technically, this is part one of two of the big update news. Part one is that this is the Sandbox mode. It's a little different from the regular mode that you can play where you just sort of, it's almost like the sort of tower defense, the regular mode, where you start with just a single machine gun and you grind and get points by killing enemies, and then you can unlock different things like the flaks, the Panzerturms, no machine guns like the MG42s. You can get mines, you can get all sorts of upgrades like these explosive barrels and stuff. But the Sandbox update, which is rather new, about a month old, allows you to not only set the time of day or the weather. So for example, right now I went for cloudy weather and noon as the time of the invasion. Okay, sir, you're a little bit in the way there. Can you just not be like right there with your flak 8? Oh, never mind. I don't know why I said flak 88. Obviously the guy is a freaking MP40. He does not have a flak 88. But yeah, so basically you can set the time of day, the, oh, that's a Sherman. Let's go back to our flak. The weather, and you can also, which I think is actually kind of interesting, set the enemy type. So here I have basically enabled every enemy type: infantry, boats, and tanks, though I did disable the enemy aircraft because they get a little too crazy for my liking sometimes. Also, tip, shoot these boats as they're coming in, because what happens is you'll destroy the boat and knock out everyone in there in one go. You just need to take 2 shots at it, I think, but it's definitely worth trying. Let's get some of these upgrades and take a look. There's a lot more guys coming in, and we're trying to get to my point in the video. So not only is the Sandbox update out, which is kind of cool and just allows you to play a little bit more of... Oh, can we hit that half track before? Oh, crap. Really? Oh, come on. I really thought that was a hit before it got on the beach. But not only can you now play the Sandbox update for Beach Invasion 1944, they announced their next game. But it's a little bit more detailed than this game. It's going to have 2 factions and not just one faction. Obviously, this has just the Germans defending Normandy. That game will have 2 factions at launch, the Americans and the Japanese, that are both going to be play. Oh, let's switch to the Flak 88 here, though. 2 factions that are both going to be playable, which is honestly kind of awesome. So I'm hoping that the price stays kind of similar and isn't going to be a lot more than what Beach Invasion 1944 costs. 2 factions. And, which I think is a huge win, which honestly I'm surprised they haven't mentioned it specifically, it's that it's going to be co-op. You and one friend are both going to be able to play as the Americans or the Japanese and defend beaches, either the Iwo Jima beach if you're playing as the Japanese, or the Manila beach in the Philippines if you're playing as the Americans. And I even included some crazy fortress. So honestly, it's just in the screenshot, so I'm not sure exactly to what degree that'll actually be in the game. It's just the fortress looks really cool though, so I'm kind of hoping that it'll actually be in there. Otherwise, I don't know why they would include. Oh, that's a crocodile. That's actually really bad. Turn the gun faster, please. Okay, thank God we got that. Is that a Greyhound? Oh, it is a Greyhound. I was going to say we can just wait for it to unload and then we'll get it right there instead. Let's switch one to Panzerturms. We haven't really used it. Okay, we'll just use some artillery while we're at it, by the way, because they are coming in pretty fast. Oh, that guy just did not care about that. Okay, they didn't care about that either. We have to be that accurate with this? Okay, well, a little bit less accurate than I thought. Get some of these upgrades. Oh, that was just our extra artillery. Might as well call in another one because we are already getting kind of low towards the... Because you can also set the amount of enemies that you want to attack in Sandbox mode. So you can make it as crazy as you want. You can make it 20 enemies, I think all the way up to a couple thousand. At one point I got to 5,000 and I stopped clicking because I was like, okay, who the hell has time to defend against 5,000 enemies? But hey, if you want to do that, be my guest. So we have, I don't know, we have gas? Oh, and then we have explosive bullets. I do like explosive bullets. wonder if we can really do anything to this boat with explosive bullets. But yeah, I honestly, I was kind of worried about the announcement that they were going to make a new game and it was going to be, you know, not like part of this game, but it was going to be its own game. But if they're adding co-op, then that's totally fine, and I'm honestly kind of excited to see how co-op is going to work in this game. But it does leave me with a question. Obviously, I don't think that the Pacific is a crazy idea. Obviously, that was maybe kind of a gifted next step in the sort of, you know, progression of this game. But it just made me wonder what kind of stuff you would like to see. Personally, I think this might sound crazy. That guy just got absolutely destroyed. A alternate reality or alternate history where the British are defending the British beaches during a German invasion in Operation Sea Lion. As crazy as that sounds, I think it could be actually like a really cool addition. Let's start to see if we can hit one of these planes. I think they're just carrying extra supplies for me. But it is fun to try to shoot one down. I don't know if we can shoot it through the ceiling here. I would say they get sort of random shot. Oh, we did get it actually. And I think we took out 2 or 3 pilots, which did lower the enemy tickets by 2. But yeah, personally, I think the British would be really cool to see, even if it was a alternate, you know, history version during Operation Sea Lion, the German planned invasion of the UK. I think that would be really cool to see. Or to do something that is completely different, that has nothing to do with any sort of sea or ocean or beach invasion, and I think the developers could make it work, would be like the Soviets attacking the Mannerheim Line in the Winter War, 1939 and 1940. I feel like the developers could probably play that off really well, and it could work, and it would just be slightly different, because there wouldn't be, you know, a sea that the enemy would be attacking from, but they'd probably just be attacking from like a large forest. There'd be like forest and trees on both sides, and you would have to snipe the enemies as they're coming in. You'd even have Simo Haya as a, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, as like a, instead of artillery column, you can have Simo Haya just destroy some Soviets that are attacking. But yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what you guys think would be an interesting sort of add-on, or, oh, okay, that's not good, that's not good. I'm gonna switch to a flat gun. Oh, is this flat gun too high for this? Okay, that is too high. Switch to the Pantherturm. I meant Panzerturm. Okay, that already got destroyed in 1 hit. Only a couple enemies left. I mean, you get the idea. This is just sandbox mode, so you can literally do this for the next 6-7 hours if you set the points high enough. I just don't know if I have the mental capacity to sit here for 8 hours, but I just wanted to kind of bring this to your attention that not only the sandbox mode for this game is now finally released, I'm honestly really curious to see how they're going to make it work when it comes to the co-op part. And I think that is a, okay, there's a tank. I'm trying to get some infantry before the end. This is a half track here. A couple of guys left. And then, how do we just spray around this guy constantly? And that's the last one, leading us to a victory. Oh, the boat's exploding. That guy just exploded in the background, but... Okay, they're both, okay, they all exploded in the background. Just a quick look, showing you the sandbox mode. I'm curious to see what kind of future game you'd like to see, like, you know, like I said, Operation Sea Lion or the Finnish during the Winter War. And I'm honestly really excited to see how they're going to deal with co-op in Beach Invasion 1945. There'll be a link to the current game, Beach Invasion 1944, and the next game, Beach Invasion 1945 Pacific, both in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick video, and love to see you in the next one.